Hi, my name is Will, and I'm at risk. When I was 17 years old, I was at my most insecure I've ever been in my whole life. I had just had some really bad relationships, and I decided that from this point on, I'm only going to choose to have sex with women, right? Nothing more, right? So I spent most of my days in the handball courts, and I was ripped, right? I was at my physical peak. I was able to do like 80 push-ups straight, 8 one-handed push-ups, like 50 pull-ups. Like, I was in my physical prime. One day this girl picks me out of the crowd, right? And she basically waves me over to her. And she's not really my type, but I talk to her anyway, right? I'm nervous, so I have my friend Sean there. He's like asking her questions. What's your name? Her name's Jalissa. Where are you from? Flatbush. Cool. How old are you? It turns out she's 27 years old. I'm only 17. Now the way she looks, her physical appearance no longer matter, because I can make up for my lack of sexual experience, you know, compared to my friends, right? With this one woman. With this one woman, I can be the man. I can be a legend if I have sex with her. Turns out she has an 8-year-old daughter as well. It's cool, all right? So I like walk her to the train. I'm nervous, I'm sweating, and we exchange numbers. Now I look at the time, and it's like 9:30 p.m., I'm like 30 minutes past my curfew. This is like the problem of like talking to an older woman. I still have to listen to my mom. So I talk to her on the phone, and we have a lot in common, even though like we're 10 years apart. She works for Sean John. She actually sits in the office where like P. Diddy walks through to his office. So it's very intriguing to me. I meet up with her the next day, and she has a pack of cigarettes for me. She said that she saw me ask Sean for one, and she thought it would be nice if I had my own pack. Now I'm in love already. Like, this woman bought me a pack of cigarettes. I'm a poor white boy from Sunset Park, and now I have my own pack of cigarettes, and I'm smoking, and I'm laughing with her, and we're having a good time. It takes about 2 weeks until we finally have sex. And the sex is not I mean, I really don't have much to compare it to, but I did it. I had sex with her. And my first day back to school, I was telling everybody, oh, I have a girlfriend, she's 27 years old, and and she has a daughter. I was like really proud of it. We start arguing, and she kind of changes on me. Like, I'm in school again, and I have night classes, and so I'm really trying, since I've had sex with her already, I'm trying to separate myself from her, because like I said, I didn't want a relationship. So I kind of like, give her the cold shoulder, and she calls me one night like, I can't believe you don't see me anymore, and I really like you, and you have to make more time for me and not your friends. So I tell her, I said, listen, maybe we shouldn't be together anymore. She starts crying, and I feel really good, because this is the first time I've ever broken up with someone. And so I hang up, and I'm about to go buy a cigarette from the store, and she calls me back. She says, please give me another chance, please. I can change, I can make you happy. And then it hits me, shit. How long until I find another woman to have sex with me and do all the nasty things that she does to me? It's gonna be a while, because I have no confidence in myself. So I take her back. At that point, we're having sex like 4 times a day. I'm cutting school, she's leaving work early, and I'm spending the majority of my time with her, right? She listens to me, she nurtures me, like we lay in each other's arms, and she rubs my head, and it's just like all these things that I guess that I needed at the time. She didn't judge me. She understood me. She gave me advice. I didn't have that at the time, and so I kind of fell for her. One day we're in the city, and she's like window shopping. Like, and we're walking, And like every 15 minutes, she'll whisper into my ear like some nasty thing that she's gonna do to me when we get home. And I'm like, I'm horny. I'm aroused to the point where I just wanna go home, but she just, no, we don't go home. She just continues to tease me all day until finally it's like 10:30 p.m. and I get home, and thankfully her daughter falls asleep right away. I'm grateful for that. That hardly ever happens. So she pushed me away. She's like, no, I'm gonna take a shower. Okay. So I lay in the bed, basically having to hold my right hand down from like not masturbating from being so aroused. And I'm just waiting for this one. 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass, 45 minutes pass, an hour passes, she comes out. She drops her robe, and I see her breast, and I see her body, and I see her eyes, and I see her hair, and I'm just like, I'm about to explode. And she like mounts me, and I'm like, we need a condom. And she says, I ran out. Now I don't have condoms. She has condoms. You know, I come to her house, and she always had a bag of condoms, and I suggest like, hey, let me go to the store. No, it's too late. No, let me try to find a condom. I mean, I can't have unprotected sex with you because I do not want to be a father. And she says, no, relax. You're not gonna get me pregnant. You can pull out before you come. And I'm still standing my ground. Like, no, I can't be that guy. You know, I can't be that guy to have unprotected sex and ruin his whole life with a child. But like, she rubs her vagina against me, and it's a whole new, different type of warmth I've never experienced. And I can't resist, so I agree. This is the first time I've ever had unprotected sex. This is a whole new experience for me. The amount of arousal I had from that whole day is just mind-blowing. I'm not gonna say I lasted 5 minutes. I'm not gonna say I lasted 2 minutes or a minute. I'm gonna say 5 strokes. And I made it out in time. I pulled out in time. You know, I didn't ejaculate inside of her. But still, I was scared. Like I was like filled with shame. I was so upset with myself that I did it. And about a month later, she calls me. She says she's pregnant. Now, I'm upset. You know, I told her. You know, like I was just. I mean, I didn't tell her because I didn't want to upset her. But I was just so angry at myself that this could happen. You know, I'm too young to be a father. You know, I'm only 17 years old. I'm not ready. You know, I can hardly take care of myself. How am I going to take care of this kid, you know? So she makes an appointment with the doctor, and she says that she's pregnant. The doctor, she's starting to go to prenatal care. And she tells me, hey, now we don't have to use condoms anymore. So that really excites me. And so like 3-4 times a day, no condom. I'm talking about, I'm not pulling out. I mean, we're going crazy, like fucking jackrabbits. And she really manipulated me to being happy with having a kid. I was like planning my life with her. We got engaged. You know, I was telling my friends, and my friends were just looking at me like I'm stupid. Like, what are you doing? You've only been in this relationship with this woman for 4 months. And I don't know, I really like the idea. A little while passes, and we're having sex. She's on top. I look down, and I notice blood on my penis. And, I mean, blood is bad, I know. So I say, hey, you're bleeding. And, you know, she gets off me, and she sees, and she starts to cry. And she goes to the bathroom. And I start celebrating, like silently in the bed, like, yeah. Because I know blood is not a good thing. I know she, you know, either miscarried or she wasn't pregnant at all, you know. And so she comes out and she says that she had a miscarriage. I suggest, hey, maybe I should take you to the hospital. She says, no, I'm good. All right, I was relieved, but it was unfortunate that she had a miscarriage. Now, years later, I realized that this whole thing was just her trying to trap me. You know, she was never really pregnant. That whole thing, her teasing me throughout the whole day and getting me to have sex with her unprotected, was just a way to trick me into thinking that she was pregnant, and then tricking me into having unprotected sex with her until she does get pregnant. And then when I noticed the blood on my penis, you know, she wasn't upset because she had a miscarriage. She was upset because I saw that she got her period, and all this unprotected sex was for nothing, right? Because she saw the potential in me. She saw what I could be as a person, and then she wanted to trap me. She wanted to keep that forever. And that wasn't even the worst of it. After that, 2 months later, 4 days after my 18th birthday, I moved in with her. And I stayed in that relationship for 4 years, that verbally abusive relationship. She would constantly tell me that everything I've ever accomplished in life was because of her. She would constantly put me down. She raised her fist at me one time. It was hell. Hell. She would look me in the eye and tell me, "You're gonna regret the day you leave me." That was one crazy fucking bitch, and I'm glad that I escaped. The final countdown. I got beef stew waiting for me at home.